Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I am your host, the Ranting Monkey. He's Dax Orion. Say hi, Dax.
Hello.
How you doing tonight, Dax?
I'm okay.
I had to take a shower because I was freezing. Sometimes that's the only way I can warm up, so I'm all toasty and clean. First, I'd like to say thank you to John Migna for the donation before we even started, and he simply said first, and he was.
Well, there you
go. Man, I knew today was going to be a shit show over on the Twitter machine.
Mm-hmm.
I was not wrong.
I was just catching up. It's something.
Yeah, it's ooh, man. Some pretty hot takes out there, guys. Including you know what, let's start with that. I'm a bad person, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a horrible person. Wait, did that bitch block me for that? Oh wow. Anyway, that's not what I was even talking about. So one of the things that's been going on the Twitter machine is that the folks who took the bait, the ones who are out there screaming, PewDiePie, delete your channel and impeach Trump and Candace Owens, you're too black for us, or whatever they're yelling about her. All the ones who are blaming those three people specifically for the shooting because they were mentioned in the manifesto. Well, the people blaming them, there's people like me who are reminding them that by doing so, you're being a puppet of the shooter, you stupid shits. I mean, this is literally what he wanted to happen. It's in the fucking manifesto. Now, it's funny because the people that I've asked about it in the arguments that I've had over this, they're like, no, I haven't read it. Of course you haven't. Reading is obviously not your strong suit, and getting your facts straight definitely doesn't fucking matter to you.
Apparently not.
But yeah, why don't you go out there and be a complete, you're actually supporting the racist murderer, you dumb shits. Not tonight, got it, cheese. Not tonight. But because of these arguments, somebody went and dug up my Twitter past.
Dun dun dun.
This is my Twitter past, y'all. Apparently, me making jokes about Muslims who blow shit up or get involved in terrorist acts is somehow the exact same thing. I'm not sure how. I'm not sure what these have to do with what the conversation was about. But guys, I'm a bad person. I like how they didn't even include the date on the top two. But if you look at the date on the bottom two there, that is November 28th of 2016 and September 26th of 2016.
That was yesterday. Come on.
Look, I still think they're funny as fuck.
They're funny.
I wouldn't have wrote them if I didn't think they were funny. But when I pointed out, oh look, you went and found jokes. Actually, what I said to him was, if you like those, you should look up the feminist ones or the tweets I've made about feminism. He goes, calling it a joke doesn't that doesn't excuse your unabashed bigotry.
It's not bigotry if it's a joke. That's the point of a joke, because you don't really believe it.
There's no bigotry there. There's fact behind that. Sorry, dude, I'm not the one who does it. And if you want to point out that this guy claims to be alt-right, that's cool. I have no problem with that. You want to point out that he claims to be an eco-fascist, that's the one I haven't seen them really beat the drum of, because he claims that they don't want to point out that he's a eco warrior, you guys, because then that might put a little blame on them. But I don't care if you want to go out and blame people. It's not. I'm just pointing out, by doing so, you're literally playing into what he said. Because here's what he said in his manifesto, guys. If you haven't read it, which it is hard to find online now because everybody's taking it down. We can't have people allowed to read things. Here in the U.S., he wants to cause a civil war. That's his ultimate goal. Well, no, his ultimate goal is to have a civil war to end the U.S. global dominance. That's his real thing. And so what he wants to do is have a big argument blow up over these people and over gun control. And he wants the government to come try to take guns and gun owners to start shooting government and a whole big civil war to break out. So that instead of us running the world as we do, we get distracted by killing each other. Yeah, his whole goal is division. And look, if you want to be divisive, that's your business. But that's literally his stated goal.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are like, well, this is the same thing as when other people do terrorist acts. No, most of them don't write a manifesto about how they want division. They write about how they want to bring down the great Satan that is the United States. That there is that part, but they don't say I want you to be arguing over these people. I don't want to dwell too long on the shooter, but there are a couple of stories I want to take a quick look at. Actually, just one really, because it pertains to the same stupid shit. Suspected New Zealand shooter appears in court, flashes white power symbol.
Oh, the okay thing.
The suspected white supremacist who allegedly slaughtered 49 people in mass shootings at 2 separate mosques in New Zealand appeared in court in the city of Christchurch and was charged with murder Saturday morning local time, authorities said. Brenton Tarrant, 28, was hit with just one murder charge, New Zealand police said, but more charges were expected. Tarrant, who was, I think I'm saying his name right, I really don't give a fuck, who was handcuffed and clad in a white prison jumpsuit, made an okay hand gesture during his appearance. Can we stop right there for a second?
Sure.
He made an okay hand symbol.
Ultimate tool of white supremacy.
Not he made a white power symbol. Okay, so you know what the symbol is, but you're still going to repeat this stupid shit. He made an okay hand gesture during his appearance, a symbol used by white nationalists and racist internet trolls, according to a photo published by the New Zealand Herald. Okay. It was a joke. It was a fucking joke. Look, man, 4chan has way too much power in our country.
Yeah, it does.
In our world. It's an okay symbol. That's the most racist thing ever. No, it's not. It's an okay symbol, and it was something. For the record, they said white milk is racist. There's all kinds of racist things according to the internet, you stupid shits. But this is one they've grabbed onto because, why not? Why not? He was remanded without bail and is expected back in court April 5th. Yeah, I don't care about him. I don't care much more to talk about him. But there's that right there. That's the shit that this guy wanted to happen.
I will say one thing, though, real quick. Everybody's blaming everybody else, but it all boils down to this guy's responsible for doing what he did because he did it.
Yes, exactly. That's the point.
Really sick of hearing other people talk about, oh, it's this person's fault, this person. No, it's nobody's fault besides the guy who pulled the trigger.
Yeah, Chelsea Clinton is getting shit because she said that.
She's getting shit for that? I actually have to agree with Chelsea Clinton. Fuck me.
Yeah, she said something similar to that, but I don't have the quote in front of me. Yeah, but she's getting shit because how dare she not go after all those horrible alt-right people?
No, fuck these people. Okay, I'm done with them.
As far as we know, this guy has no association to any group. His own claims of how he became radicalized are fucking retarded. Mm-hmm. This is a man who claims that he was motivated to do this attack because of Candace Owens.
Yeah, I hope she sues somebody, and I don't even like her.
Now, he was motivated to his white nationalism in this attack by Candace Owens, a black woman. And nobody's stopping to go, well, that makes perfect sense. They're just repeating. They keep repeating the part about he was a fan of Trump. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. You fucking assholes keep only repeating one line of that goddamn manifesto. One fucking line. The very next line says he doesn't like Trump's policies. But don't let that stop you from being dumbass fucknuts. Jesus fucking Christ, I hate people. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at a picture, and I'll show you guys in a minute when we move to the next story. It's really fucking with my brain. You're absolutely right, Dax. The only person responsible here is the shooter. What happens afterwards? People are responsible for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And if you play into what this asshole wanted, then you're an asshole too. And I told this one guy, look, you can say whatever the fuck you want to say. I'm just pointing out that's what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. You're responsible for your own reactions.
And when you're doing exactly what he wants, blaming people who obviously had nothing to fucking do with it, you're blaming the president of the United States for what an Australian did in New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Oh God. He knew what he was doing. I will tell you that. When it comes to the psychology behind it all, this motherfucker knew the value of useful idiots. And are they lining up to prove they are. But yeah, if you find any of my jokes offensive, you can kiss my big white ass. I'm fairly certain I have been reported for those jokes.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's a let me find that. Where's it at? Is it this one? Yes. In response to those to that, it's a really good question why big tech like Twitter Safety and Team YouTube are able to censor hateful ISIS propaganda, but allow this hateful propaganda against the Muslims. Both lead to terrorist attacks and they have blood on their hands by allowing it.
I read that.
Guys, my jokes there lead to terrorist attacks.
Oh, so stupid.
What? You're a dipshit. Indiana Jones is Antifa. His actual name is at Skin Munchkin. Wow. Wow. Just wow. I cause terrorist attacks, you guys.
I mean, maybe in a game we play, but that's about it.
What kind of fucking person thinks that?
The deluded kind. They really are. They're just deluded.
Well, I saw somebody go after Tim Pool because Tim Pool says it's happening. The divisiveness this guy wanted to happen is happening. We should not be responding that way. And that's a paraphrase. It's basically what he said. And that's actually how these arguments all started, was somebody's like, look, now they're just saying that we can't even, if we question anything, then we're playing into the terrorist's hands. Like, no. We're pointing out that you playing into his hand is playing into his fucking hand, you fucking moron. Real quick, Snubber, thank you so much. A few days late, but Dax, what's your opinion on ass waxing?
It's okay for both men and women, depending on how hairy your ass is. If you got a little bit of peach fuzz, why are you bothering? But it's your right to do it.
Leave your ass alone. That's how God intended it. That's my...
I knew you'd say that.
Well, I'm not a butt touch kind of guy.
Don't touch monkey butt, we know.
I can't imagine somebody waxing my ass. I would have to be strapped down against my will for that kind of thing to happen. Wow. Jen says, by the way, Snub, my brother loved the video you posted in the Discord. Jen, I don't know if you have it or not, but tomorrow night on 2 Cents Plus, our gaming stream, we're going to be giving away a copy of South Park, Fractured But Whole. Fractured But Whole. She loves South Park. That's why I'm specifically bringing that up to her. We're going to move on from this, though, because I don't want to dwell on this asshole any more than I...
He doesn't deserve our attention.
What is this? Anyhow, let's see. Gambino crime boss shook hitman's hand before murder. Now, I want to show y'all a picture. This is what I was talking about was freaking me the fuck out. Now, I understand when you look at pictures, perspective can make things look weird. But look how tiny that cop looks. Look how tiny he looks. That looks like it's been photoshopped in. How the fuck does that happen? He's closer to the camera. The fuck am I missing here?
It's got to be like a hill or something, maybe.
Well, okay, that makes him look shorter. I can give you that. But look how tiny he is. Okay, look at this guy here. And then look at this guy here. This looks photoshopped in. And if it is a Photoshop, it's an excellent job because the lines are all perfect and everything. But that's messing with my fucking head. Because he shouldn't be that little. Anyhow. Yeah, I mean, it's disturbing me. Pocket cop. Well played, sir. Gambino crime boss shook hitman's hand before murder. Slain Gambino crime boss Francesco Frankie Boy Cali shook hands with his killer before he was gunned down in a fusillade of bullets. All right. A high-ranking police source told the Post Friday. The interaction was captured on surveillance footage from Cali's brick mansion in the Tote Hills section of Staten Island. Cali, 53, exited his home shortly before 9:20 p.m. Wednesday after a motorist in a blue pickup reversed the vehicle into the mobster's parked Cadillac Escalade, causing it to rock significantly, Chief of Detectives Dermont Shea has said. Excuse me one second. Footage from the property, which authorities obtained using a search warrant, shows Cali and the man having a conversation and shaking hands before the man passes Cali the license plate that fell off the Cadillac during the crash that lured the Gambino Don outside, sources said. The hitman, approximately 25 to 40 years of age, opened fire with a 9mm weapon as Cali turned his back and was putting the license plate in the trunk of the Escalade. Oh, wham. You shot him in the back?
What a cunt.
It's not like they came out, started a fist fight, the high-ranking source said. The importance of this was, it's almost as if proof of the concept that hitting the car was contrived. You think? Yeah. You're not actually suggesting this might have been just a road rage incident, are you? The gunman fired 12 rounds, hitting Cali at least 6 times. Whew, man,
that's pretty shit accuracy for a gunman at that range.
Yeah, no shit. Well, handguns are notoriously bad for aim. That's why sharpshooters with pistols. I mean, that's actually a really hard thing to do.
Well, what was he using? Do we know?
A 9mm, doesn't say what kind.
How far away?
We're probably talking 10 feet, maybe.
He should have been fine.
Recoil, you're murdering a man in the middle of the street. He's a boss Don of the Gambino family. Come on. There's all kinds of, but yeah, I mean, have you ever seen the tape of the, oh shit, I forget the name of it now, but the cops stop those guys. They get out of their truck and start shooting at the cops. The cops shoot back and nobody hits anybody.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
I mean, that's really close. Those guys are point blank range.
Yeah, you're also scared about the retaliating bullets coming at you, but I don't think
sure
to pull a gun
for the cops. But the first shots from those 2 guys, I mean, they should have been pretty dead on.
Panic, they realize, oh, we're gonna have to do this. There's probably a lot on how you fire a gun.
Pistols are not very accurate.
At 10 feet, they should have been fine.
I'm just saying. The evidence is on my side, obviously, because he only hit that motherfucker 6 times.
The evidence is supporting that he's probably a shit gunman.
Lori Laughlin's daughter, Olivia Jade, said father, quote, faked his way through college. We got to talk about these people again just for a little bit because I'm enjoying this story probably more than I should.
Is it because you're trying to get back at Full House for all the years?
No, I never watched Full House.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have thought you would have had a thing for like Becky.
Oh, I do have a thing for her, but I don't stalk people in shows I don't like.
I have standards, damn it.
I do, because why? I'm not going to watch something I don't. I never liked Full House. It's to me, it was a show made for old people.
Yeah.
It worked for kids too because it was so wholesome and stuff. But it was more made for the Golden Girls crowd, as far as I was concerned.
The nice family show, built for elderlies who want to remember glory days.
Days before, actress Lori Loughlin and her husband, fashion designer Mossimo Giannulli. I am probably butchering the fuck out of his name, and again, I don't care.
I'm the pronunciation guy, and even I don't know how to say that name.
Days before they were busted by the feds as part of a high-profile college admissions cheating scam, their younger daughter, popular YouTuber Olivia Jade, however the fuck you say that. She's
popular?
Name. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. She's an influencer. She has like millions of people that follow her on Instagram and shit.
I've never watched and or heard
her. Revealed that her father faked his way through his education. In a March 8th interview with the Zach Sang Show, Olivia Jade, 19, revealed that she looks to her dad, who launched the fashion line Mossimo, for inspiration. Quote, he didn't come from a lot, so it's cool to see that he built it all himself, the influencer shared. See that word, influencer. Guys, by the way, I am a social media influencer.
Technically.
If you want to send me free shit so I can talk about it online, I'll be more than happy to talk about it online.
If I send you like a replica asshole that's been torn up, will you comment on it?
I absolutely will.
All right, I'll think about it.
The easiest way, though, to because nobody has my address and stuff, the easiest way to send me things that I can comment on would be to send me video games through Steam, because that's the only thing you can get to me. Let's see. He built his whole entire brand, and he wasn't actually I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, ever enrolled in college, but he maybe that's why I'm not a bigger social media influencer. I need to say more
you need to try harder.
A lot harder, like more than I am right now. I think but he faked his way through it, and then he started his whole business with tuition money that his parents thought was going to college. That's motherfucker. That's such a different time. I don't know if I was supposed to say that, but it's okay. She also revealed that her parents had pushed her into attending University of Southern California because neither of them had attended higher education. Mostly my parents wanted me to go because both of them didn't go to college, Olivia Jade said. I'm so happy they made me go. That sounds so terrible, she backpedaled. They didn't make me. My sister goes to the same school and we were pretty much inseparable. So it was nice following in her footsteps a little bit. I do like it. Hey, she's the proper way that time.
That's impossible.
Really. All right, so we have her talking about how her dad abused his money, which you know what, that's not the most horrible thing I've heard about.
Technically, he committed fraud.
He lied to his parents.
Yeah, he defrauded his parents.
He lied to them. I don't think they. Do you think they would really care? I mean, now because he's going to prison, but
no, because how much money did he make? A lot.
Hey, Camel says, quit saying so much or I will unlike this stream.
Likety, like.
Dude, come on. Really?
Why would you do that? We're just trying to entertain you. We're trying really hard.
I need bigger boobs.
She does, though.
Well, yeah, she doesn't have boobs, but she's pretty, and
I hate that. The nice face with the no boobs makes me sad. It's come on. You got half of it right.
If I get internet to where I can use a camera, I'm gonna become a beauty blogger. I absolutely am. I'm going to have the monkey makeup show, and you guys might not know this, but yeah, men putting on makeup online is popular as fuck for reasons I cannot explain. But I will look like Tammy Faye Baker by the time I'm done. Every fucking show will be like that. Yes, the monkey makeup show. I am not kidding. I will fucking do it. I just need better fucking internet. You know what? Maybe she uses like the way I use fuck. I don't fuck like, fuck.
Yeah, but fuck is like a verb, a transitive verb, a noun. It's useful.
Well, that's how they use like.
Well, they're wrong.
Felicity Huffman and William H. Macy go from glam to glum at courthouse. There's a great line in this article. I don't know how much of this we're actually going to read. But sharing this. Do any of you watch Shameless? My wife and children love the show, and I've seen bits and pieces of it. It's okay. It's the best way to describe it. It's edgy. It's edgy for its time.
Is it like edgy or is it edgy?
No, it's got some edgy stuff to it. Like, for instance, William H. Macy's character is the patriarch of the family, but he's a horrible drunk. Yeah. Well, in this article, they say he goes kind of looking homeless. This is how he looks in the show. Now, Felicity, you usually don't see her looking this ragged. I keep having to stop myself from saying like, because since I did it, I can't fucking stop.
Keep doing it. Keep it.
Chicago Mike, thank you so much. Monkey, here is like some money to help like support your show and pay for those ramen noodles and like ramen noodles that like and stuff. Yeah. Thank you. Like, I appreciate it.
You mean Chicago like?
I almost said that. How you doing, Nuts? I see you there, sweetheart.
Are you done being DDoS by your whoever ruined your internet? Was it son or something? I can't remember.
I don't know.
She mentioned it earlier. I just didn't see it.
Anyhow, troubled Hollywood stars Felicity Huffman and I'm not going to read this. I read it already. The point that they were trying to make here is that they're going to court, but they don't really look like they're going to be in front of a judge. So the writer of this article, without asking or going to find out what actually happened, decided to just tell us that it could have something to do with paperwork for the $250,000 bail that she posted. That's the story. They look like this going to court. Now, I love the New York Post. I do. I think it is the best newspaper in America because they don't give a fuck. They are half tabloid, half real news, and they don't give a fuck. They just have fun with it. But this is a stupid fucking article. I know this is a big story right now. I know it gets you clicks. It got you my click. But dear Christ, can't you have a little more substance to it?
That would require like effort.
Like really? Okay, so we can stop with that. I don't mean the like thing.
I know, but that's how my brain interprets. Like, are we going to stop liking? No, I'm not.
I can't. Stop. We've broken ourselves.
It's like fun, isn't it?
Like the like button. Indeed, Bodacious. That's the perfect way to use that. That's actually using it properly.
I like to like you,
really.
Baby.
Mom arrested for egging on daughter to hit classmates. There's a video of this. I haven't seen it.
Ooh.
But what kind of cunt? Look. I've told you guys before, I'm not against fighting, and especially if your child's being bullied, they should hit that bully back.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's not what they want to do, leave them alone. A California mom was arrested after she was caught on video encouraging her 13-year-old daughter to hit another child last week, police said. Barbara Cypress was collared at her Turlock home, Turlock, on Tuesday night and booked on a slew of charges that include false imprisonment and child. Wait. Oh, she must have held the other kid.
Oh, okay. Well, you're going to jail.
Oh, wow. Booked on a slew of charges that include false imprisonment and child abuse, Fox 40 reported. Thank you so much, Terry Diamonis. I think you need Anne Frank's stepsister to correct your overuse of the word like. I'm seriously trying to get that back out of my vocabulary, and you're fucking me up.
It's never.
But I appreciate
happen. You just gotta embrace it.
I appreciate the donation, sir. Thank you so much. This is a good time to remind you that the Ranting Monkey is brought to you by you. Anything you can do to support the channel is not only welcome, but appreciated. Whether it's financial, liking the stream, sharing the stream, subscribing if you're not already, or just sitting here and hanging out with us. And don't forget to support Dax as well, because he has his own stuff that he does. So make sure you goddamn, seriously,
it's
I'm
not
trying
to go wait till we're done.
I'm trying to do it right now to cover the fact that I keep having to stop myself from doing it. I'm going to sound more retarded reading tonight than normal, because my brain's going to be like, throw a like. See, I just fucking did it again. All right. Her daughter was charged with battery, the San Francisco Gate reported. Police made the arrest after a student's cell phone video of Cypress telling her daughter to hit another 13-year-old girl surfaced on Facebook. The fight occurred after the students finished their class at Turlock Junior High School, officials said. Polly, my friend, how are you tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you, gentlemen?
I'm good.
And Jack, how are you?
Good. How you guys doing?
Well, we're reading a story about a mother who, from what we can tell, held a girl so that her daughter could punch her. The girls involved are 13.
Was this in a trailer park?
It doesn't tell us that.
That's a yes. See that or a Walmart parking lot.
The victim claims that Cypress's daughter had been bullying her, so she confronted her on the school bus in an effort to get her to stop, cops said. The fight began after both teens arrived at a local park. The victim told the San Francisco Gate that when Cypress came out of nowhere and told her daughter to hit her, it's after school, Cypress is heard yelling in the video. You can't get in trouble. Oh, for fuck's sake. You know what? I was going to call her white trash, but I'm not sure of the color of her with this picture.
How about we just call them trash?
Yeah, this trashy bitch. Good job. You got your daughter an assault charge. You got a kidnapping charge. And
that's an
best of luck to you, Barbara Cypress.
That's pretty screwed up.
Fuck you. Stop it. We're trying not to say the word like.
What's this wee shit? I want to keep going. It's fun.
Okay.
Is that like Jenna P said that? Like hello, like Polly, and like Jack.
Yes.
Yeah. Hello.
We read a story from Olivia Jade, the social media influencer daughter of Lori Loughlin.
Ooh.
And they had some quotes in there where she kept using the fucking word like, and they actually quoted it. Instead of, clearing that out like you would an or something, they just left it in.
I'm kind of glad they did it, though, to show how mentally inefficient this girl is.
I mean, I guess there's that. All right, you guys ready for my favorite article headline? I haven't read the article, but just favorite headline of the night so far.
Bring it on.
Newspaper front page sparks fury for describing, quote, how to spot a Jew.
Wow.
Oh, it's so good.
Boy, did you guys come at the right time.
Welcome to the show, boys.
Polly, did you see the picture that Griselle made for you?
Did I see it? Yeah, hell yeah, I saw it. That's like the fucking best thing I've ever seen, at least in a long, long time. I love that picture so much.
I wasn't sure because I hadn't seen if you had reacted to it or not.
Oh, I retweeted it and I asked, is it the greatest picture of all time? Because I think it might be.
I'm going to find it in my timeline and share it with the chat here because it's awesome, y'all.
Here, I downloaded a copy. I think I might make it the background on my page. I like it so much.
Max, have you seen it?
No. Wait, that picture? Yes, I saw that picture. That picture is awesome.
Yeah.
And he had said in the post, this is how we picture you, Polly.
I'm okay with that. I love the attention to detail. The church warden pipe, the beagle at the foot, the polydub disc carpet. I love everything about it.
I like the fireplace because I always picture you in front of a fireplace.
Yeah, it's really well done. I'm a big fan of that.
Grizz makes some of the best pictures. He's the one who did the Hulky picture. He did he did one for Scribe. He did one for Satsu, and they're awesome. I actually want him to write a comic book on the Hulky thing. I think that would be cool. let's see where we at. Okay, so a right-wing newspaper in Poland sparked widespread criticism after running an anti-Semitic article on its front page instructing readers how to spot a Jew. The Polish language weekly Tylko? Polska, or Only Poland, includes a list of supposed markers such as names, anthropological features, expressions, appearance, character traits, methods of operation, and disinformation activities. Okay, I want a list of how to spot them, though.
Yeah, I mean, if I can't get a translation of the article, I'm not interested in your debasement of it. You know what I mean?
Right. The newspaper's front page, which also included a headline that read, "How to defeat them? This cannot go on." Ran an
Jesus Christ.
Ran an art. Go ahead, Jack. I'm sorry.
It was me. It was Dax.
I said
Dax.
so rude. That's it.
Oh, okay. Ran an article which read, "Attack on Poland at conference in Paris," in reference to Holocaust studies conferences at the French capital last month that sparked criticism. I don't care about that. Where's the part about what were their ideas for how to spot a Jew? You can't just tell me.
Don't Google how to spot a Jew. Don't do it.
Is it like throw a pile of coins down and see who goes for it? Or
I'm guessing.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, if you're going to be like anti-Semitic, you go all out like they did in Borat, you know?
Yeah, that's a horrible article. Just tell me about the fucking, I want to know what they said. And I don't read Polish.
What? Okay, like Poland only, Poland first, whatever. Is that like I don't know, like a neo-Nazi basement rag, or is that like a legitimate newspaper? You understand what I'm saying? Like it.
You know, when I was growing up, there was always jokes about how dumb the Polish were.
Right.
Polish Nazis, guys, really? Do you not know your history?
Do you think they could spell Nazi?
Probably not.
Well, let's ask the people of Krakow how they feel about Nazis.
Man. Jesus fuck.
Thanks, Jack. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Oh man. So how are you guys doing? Probably it's been a few days since we've talked. How you been, man?
I have been vociferously avoiding social media and online discussions in general because, yes, it's terrible what happened in New Zealand, and I don't want to hear the fallout from it. So I've been avoiding it, and I've been happy with that decision.
Oh, we already did it, so you don't have to worry about it.
I've been enjoying my. I knew it was going to be a shit show, and I like shit shows.
I just don't need any part of the virtue signaling in both directions. Like, do you think? Yeah, but what about Islamic terror? That's just whataboutism. Why would you buy Islamophobia? Blah, 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 blah. The only thing I watched was like the 10.5 minute from Sargon, simply called Calm Down. And he summed it up really well. Like he kept just saying things along the lines of like, turn your computer off and go outside and talk to real people for 5 minutes. You know, that kind of stuff. And it's like, I haven't seen what's been going on online, but I have no trouble believing it's as far gone as he made it sound, you know?
It's pretty bad out there. I hate to inform you of this, guys. I should have warned you when you first came on the show. I caused terrorism. Me specifically.
You caused terrorism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now you're all guilty for being here.
Because I make jokes. Somebody actually dug through my Twitter to find jokes I've made about Islam.
Really?
Yeah.
Who did that?
I don't know his name. Some jackass. Some random jackass online. And somebody else said, this is the kind of stuff that causes terrorism. Like, I don't think so.
Only in Trump's America.
Only in Trump's America. Somebody actually made that joke, and another dude flipped out about it. Like, this could only happen in Trump's America. Like, it didn't happen here. Like, it's the joke, dummy. Calm down. We're going to talk about this instead. Students take to the streets in worldwide climate change protest.
Okay.
Okay, that's a hell of a thing to protest. Take it to the streets. We love the trees. Okay.
Hey,
It's amazing to me because some of the stuff I've read about this, there was some politician, I forget who it is. They're like, the children are telling us we need to change things. I'm like, oh, God damn it.
Well, kids are dumb. They tell me all sorts of weird shit.
They eat boogers.
Yeah.
They do all kinds of stupid shit because they're kids.
I don't trust information sources that pee themselves and will spill ice cream all over their shirt. No. Which also rules out JF Garapi's dating pool, by the way.
Well, yeah, there's only so many potatoes.
Yeah. He's going to hit up Kevin Logan next.
I love that that's become a thing. Jesus. This whole... I don't care about the climate change part of this. I really don't. It's that idea. The children know. The children are so smart.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. They're kids. You know what kids know? Whatever you tell them.
1 + 2 = chair. Holy shit! They're writing it down.
The predictability of the reactions of things like this. I mean, that's what I remember exactly happening and being said in and around the Parkland students. As soon as a kid is saying something you agree with, it's like, oh, the new generation just gets it. Until they're saying something you don't, and then it's like, shut up, kid. You know?
Yeah. It's amazing which ones they think are smart too. Mm-hmm. It's only the ones that agree with them. Yeah, that's. It's funny how that works out. Thank you, The Price is Right review. Sup, party animals? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. Jenna, thank you. Says good night and check your DM thanks. I will check those soon. As I've said before, guys, I don't pay much attention to Twitter when the show is starting, unless somebody tells me to for some reason. But I will get to those in a few. Wendy Williams rides in style and more star snaps. Who cares? Don't really care. No, who was it I was arguing? One day I was arguing with somebody and their 6-year-old had said something very profound. Like, he's 6. Even if he accidentally said something profound, he's 6. Sarah Plyer, thank you so much. Where's Bear? I haven't heard him yell at Polly in a while. Bear's asleep. He was up with us on Lords of the Night, which ended at his time around 3 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah, I imagine he'll be sleeping for a while. Kaz says, you don't pay much attention to chat either. Look, it is hard to pay attention to chat when I am reading stories. It's hard to read both sides.
No, hold on. Dax is your producer. Why isn't Dax doing the reading? I haven't thought of that until now.
Yeah.
Dax is playing video games.
I'm not, actually. It's still on from earlier.
Oh. Okay, so he's not playing this time. Usually.
Dax would totally punch you in the arm right now if he was in the room with you.
Shut up! Violence.
No, really not playing. It's just sitting open.
No, if you think a 6-year-old is wise, I don't think you should be in charge of a 6-year-old.
Remember the people that kept during the 2016 presidential election, the run up to it, and shortly thereafter, people claiming that their 5-year-olds had these profound questions about the racist, fascist, sexist that was now in office, and how did our political union allow this travesty to occur from a 4-year-old? You know,
right.
I mean, it was never that far gone, but I heard it's like, come on, your kid didn't say that. Shut up.
Some of them are like that. Some of them actually are that. They make it sound like Donald Trump is a fascist. How did that happen in such a country? Like, your child didn't say anything fucking like that.
After he straightened his ascot, and you know,
yes, right. Got out his smoking jacket.
And he shook his fist angrily and said, "You shall rue the day."
Yes, let them eat cake.
That's one of those words. Rue. We all. I've gotten this thing where it's like, I've noticed that there's certain words that are very useful, but we only ever use them in a given context because they've fallen out of popular usage other than in the given way. Like low, L-O. Unless you're saying lo and behold, no one ever says low anymore. And that's sad. That's a useful word. It's like yo, but more formal. It just means, hey, pay attention, right? So it's like, "Lo, monkey, did you hear about this article or whatever the hell? Like, we should bring it back." And rue is another one.
I like. Oh fuck! Rule. Have you read this article? Much better. Where else would you use rue except for rue the day?
Rue.
When you're talking about Kanga and Little Rue.
I do remember the episode of Futurama where Fry's girlfriend tries to convince him, let's freeze ourselves for another 1,000 years because the future we're in New York is so bad that another 1,000 years has got to be okay. And so they do. They freeze themselves, and when they wake up, it's like apocalyptic hellscape with like mushroom clouds in the background and everything. Before they went into the machine to freeze themselves for 1,000 years, Fry says, yes, let's do this. Let's do it and never regret it. And they get into the machine. And when the machine opens up and they see this hellscape they've woken up to, Fry says, I don't regret this. I do, however, rue and lament it.
I just like it was LA. That was the best part. It's like, it's not the future, just a couple blocks down the road.
So that is the only time that I can think of someone using the word rue and it wasn't followed by lament. To answer your question, was in that episode.
I rue watching that movie. Anytime you use regret, I'll rue eating that third piece of pizza. I get that. It doesn't sound as well as it doesn't sound as proper as I will regret eating that.
Actually, Prospero brings up another good one. Vexed. Absolutely.
I say vexed occasionally.
The only people I know that say vexed are Jamaican friends of mine, but it's like part of the vernacular slang to say like she's vexed, just simply meaning pissed. And I don't know anyone else that uses it outside of Shakespearean English.
Yeah, vexed is not one I'm vexed to figure out when I would use that.
Be vexed. You can do all one word, like betwixt, you know?
This is vexing. I just think it's easier to say, this is confusing.
McGog uses it all the time. This vexes me.
Why did you put the Valley Girl accent on? This is confusing.
This is like confusing. Get it right. Like,
because they get confused a lot.
You put a little vocal fry on it. That was awesome.
Oh my god.
Cass Eve. Go look.
Defenestrate. That's another good one.
That was never in popular use.
Ever.
Defenestrate? Well, maybe not popular use.
Now you're just showing off your linguistic abilities.
No. The Red Hawk said it in chat, and it's
he's showing off too.
No monkey fix for me tonight. Well, why you got to go to bed? That's all right. You can listen in the morning.
Night Stargazer.
No, don't go.
Night nuts. Love you, sweetie.
Guys, there are many vexing women that require defenestration. There.
You shut the hell up.
If you want to help me get a word a day calendar, there's my Streamlabs, and Monkeys is somewhere around here as well.
Do you want to see my language scores on my SATs? I did. Okay.
Nuts is going to sleep, so we need to shill our own shit, guys.
Good night, night.
No, I have a very good vocabulary because I can't spell word the fuck, so I had to learn how to use words I could spell. But those are not words that were ever in popular use. Vexed, perhaps. Rue, sure. I'm glad Indeed is making a comeback. Indeed has been one of my favorites.
Is a good one
for a long time.
How about capital as a statement of a positive agreement? So it's like
British.
Yeah, like let's go. Where do you want to eat? Oh, let's go to that steakhouse. Capital. Like
right, capital.
I think we should bring that back as opposed to cool.
I think your smoking jacket is seeping into your skin.
Right. I think you need to put your monocle in when you say that.
Indeed.
Capital idea, old boy.
Cheerio. Hi, Eve. We can't hear you. There you go.
Camera too. Nice. How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing all right.
Awesome.
He's vexed at the moment.
I was quite vexed as well because I was expecting the link from Dax and not Monkey, so I had the DM from Dax open, and I was like, "Why haven't I gotten it?"
I told you to bother him.
And he's like, "Check your damn DMs." I'm like, "Oh, sorry."
Illegal immigrant charged with biting off ICE officer's fingertip.
Oh,
awesome!
That dude needs a tetanus shot.
Well, I came in at the right moment, didn't I?
What are you, an ICE officer?
No, just tip removal.
Ah, wow!
Damn.
You win.
I don't think reading this article is going to top that.
Can you read that? Well, actually, I want to hear the headline again. It was an ICE officer got the
headline.
Yeah. What did I say?
No, you said. Never mind.
It's a dig joke. Just let it happen. Illegal immigrant charged with biting off ICE officer's fingertip.
Ooh, okay.
A Dominican national in the U.S. illegally has been charged with assault for biting off the tip of a veteran ICE officer's finger, according to newly unsealed court papers and law enforcement sources. Now, there's a picture of this. I'm not going to show it, but I will give you all the link if somebody wants to go look. Don't worry, it's kind of blurred out, but you can still see what happened. Yeah, this motherfucker was hungry. Immigration and Custom Enforcement officers were attempting to take Christopher Santos Felix into custody on March 3rd when he chomped down on the unnamed officer's left ring finger. Santos Felix entered the country in June of 2015 on a visitor's visa, sources said, and then overstayed it and never left. Good for him. Sources said Santos Felix has racked up a criminal history while in the U.S., including a prior conviction for driving while intoxicated and a September 29, 2018 arrest by local authorities for assault charges. Well, ship him back to the Dominican. Good job, man.
They're not sending their best.
Do you think this guy is going to be nice to the next illegal he runs into?
That's a good point. That's
might be time to retire him. Give him a death job.
And it also depends on what finger. I know that sounds probably unsympathetic, but it really does. If you get the tip of your pinky bit off, that's different than the tip of your thumb.
What was his ring finger? So that's, I mean, I feel
like... Oh, did you say that? I didn't catch that part. Okay.
Yeah, if you're going to get one of them bit off, I feel like that's the one you're going to use the least anyway.
I was just thinking the same thing. It's like, I like my pinky because it helps me determine where like distance and depth are, but that ring finger is just kind of there.
It's backup. It's a backup finger.
Yeah.
It's a backup finger.
It's a backup finger. You don't really need it.
For
your ring finger.
Your ring finger. I say because the pinky's used for balance, but
Trump uses veto power to overturn congressional resolution. This is one of my favorite stories, just because it's like, what the fuck did you expect?
They can undo his veto if they want. They're just not.
They don't have the votes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I just heard people saying it's like, see, he's a tyrant. It's like, no, he can have that overturned, and a circuit court judge can still overturn the funding that. Fuck.
Look, a judge can still overturn this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's.
So here's what happened. Let's let the audience in. Okay, so Trump ordered the executive emergency declaration for the border funding, and Congress was like, no. And frankly, more people in Congress should have said no, because that's an overreach of power. Sorry, Trump.
It absolutely is. I'm glad you said that. It doesn't matter who's overreaching executive authority, whether you agree with them or not. It's become an epidemic. The imperial presidency's gone crazy. Yes, the precedent was set before Trump got there, but overreach is overreach, and it's not an emergency, and you fucking well know it. This is the path forward that you found. You know,
real quick, Devil Fruit says, do you wear a wedding ring? Does Lady Monkey wear one? Are you sure that is a good one? Look, it was just the tip, not the whole finger.
Just a tip.
You don't wear your wedding ring up on the tip.
Even still, it depends on which hand it's on.
Well, this was his left hand, so.
Oh, wow.
Did you notice that none of the Democrats were nearly as insulted when Barack Obama illegally diverted federal funding to keep his ACA program afloat?
Oh, yeah, they didn't care about that.
That would have been massively illegal to do that in like 5 different ways.
DACA. What about DACA?
These are the DACA, don't get me started. These are like Nancy Pelosi. Did you see her outrage saying, no, Congress is the one that holds the purse, right? And that was her claim, and saying Trump is going way overboard.
Yep.
Congress is the one who controls the purse. That's our authority, not yours. Were you complaining in that same way? when then President Obama was illegally diverting millions of dollars to keep his own pet project afloat? No, you didn't say shit. And that's the fucking problem. If you're a supporter of President Trump, or I'm not a supporter of the man, but I'm angry at the amount of obvious public bullshit there is floating around the guy. But hey, this is a case of overreach. Just be intellectually honest once a month, Nancy Pelosi. It'll help with your credibility.
Well,
but they won't do that.
It's like with the whole nuclear option that they came up with for certain, I forget what the exact circumstances were, but where they could basically pass a bill with just 50% of the vote instead of like 60 or 65, was it?
Yeah, it's
60.
Yeah, but they bumped it down to 50 because for the Democrats, that was what they needed to get things through at the time. And they're like, okay, well, we'll just tweak some things here and we'll make our stuff go through. And then turn around when the Republicans have all the power and then they want to use the same thing. Then they're crying outrage and how much it is that this is unfair and blah. It's like, you set the rules. We told you when this happened that this was going to happen, that all it was going to take is the wrong person, the people you don't like getting in power, and you were going to lose the fight because you changed the rules of the game.
Well, you're absolutely right. I mean, they're fucking hypocrites. But at least in that case, they're allowed to set their rules. In the case like this, and when Obama did it, and whenever it's been done, it's fucking illegal. Yeah. I still don't understand why they never challenged DACA to the courts. The Republicans didn't need the Democrats to do that, and they let it go through anyway. But at the time, the Democrats, it was actually not with the DACA, it was with the expansion of DACA for the parents. The Democrats were like, no, he has that power. Like, no, he really fucking doesn't. But anyway, with this case, Trump issued this emergency order saying for funding of the border wall. The Democrats in both the House and the Senate passed a resolution saying, overriding him, telling him, no, you can't do that, which still has to be approved by him. And when the votes weren't there, it passed in the Senate 59-41. They need 67 votes in the Senate to override him. Mm-hmm. So it was a waste of time. What they should have done is go to the court immediately, because this is actually a constitutional question. Does he have this authority? And you know what? They need to take it to the court, and the court needs to go, no, so that we can stop having this shit happen. It doesn't matter. I mean, even with the courts, what is the court told Obama he couldn't do shit like 16 times, something like that? They still try it, because why not? Why not? I mean, every so often you'll run into an issue like DACA where it won't get challenged and then just fucking sits there like a law that's not actually a fucking law. And then when Trump tries to overturn it, you actually have fucking court saying, well, you can't overturn that without a good reason.
Well, okay, I hear you. And therein lies the thing. The executive orders do carry the full weight of law. They if they didn't, they wouldn't be of any use. But they can't be a legislative initiative. They can only be a directive. And that is the language in which DACA is formed, like the executive order. Just, I am directing federal agencies to defer action for childhood arrivals. But it requires hundreds of millions of dollars to run this directive that you're issuing. And it changes the existing laws and statutes in a number of ways that are far beyond directing federal agencies, but now authorizing them and limiting them and expanding authorities in a new way that it's the legislative arm of government that should be doing this, right? The judge that says, no, you can't stop DACA from happening is simply saying, in accordance with DACA that was set up that carries the full weight of law, you can't undo this, because that would be undoing a legal directive. They have to undo DACA before. Like, it's actually the right decision. The problem is that DACA was illegally done, and that's what needs to be thrown out. That was overreach first.
But using that same rationale, if the president issues a executive order changing DACA back to not existing, that should carry the full weight of the law.
I would agree with that, but Congress could, overrule the president.
Congress should have been dealing with this in the first place.
Agreed.
And well, here's the other problem. we always hear this. We need to tackle immigration. I don't disagree with that, but tackling immigration doesn't necessarily mean DACA. And that's what we hear every time when that's what they want every time we have this shit is that, oh, what we need to do is allow DACA to be a thing. No. We already have immigration laws. If you don't like those immigration laws, then we need to change what they are, which should go through Congress, not from a president sitting up on his fucking throne issuing his orders for the peasants to go forth and carry out. That's not how we work.
Yeah, that's just governance by fiat, and that's not a good idea. If Congress has the authority to do, they have a shocking amount of power when you look at it, and it should be that way because they're the representatives of the people. That's where the power should reside. But they're not willing to exercise their authority. Let's just let the president handle it.
It's not that they're not willing to exercise their authority. It's that they want plausible deniability. That's what that comes down to. It's not that they don't want to exercise their authority. It's that if that authority turns out to be unpopular, oh, well, hey, that wasn't us. Wasn't us.
Well, they are the ones that are responsible to their electorate very, very often.
Sure.
2 times a year. So
sweetie, you are really loud on your keyboard, honey.
I'm sorry. I thought it was muted.
Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I would buy that argument. It's them wanting to push responsibility onto someone else. Yeah, because they are responsible to their electorate more often than anybody else, more often than the president, and they can be voted back in for virtually for life because there are no term limits in that way. So yeah, I could buy that. But it would. Can you imagine a president saying that is outside of my authority to do? I can't do that. That's Congress that's responsible.
Obama said that.
Yeah.
He absolutely said that with the expansion of DACA, where was to make it for the parents. That's the one where he said for years and years. He said it, what was it, 64 times or something like that? I do not have this authority. And then out of fucking nowhere, my lawyers decided I have that authority. So yeah, look, I didn't mean to interrupt there, but a president has said that.
I don't think that. Okay. I'm gonna go back and look at that 64 times, huh? I
want to say it's 64. I may be remembering that number. Maybe it's only 32. Yeah, he said it repeatedly. I cannot do this. I do not have that power.
No, I totally believe you that he did say it on that issue. I mean, overall, the amount of things is kind of what I was referring to.
Sure.
Like in a general sense, because the moral danger of Congress acting the way that they are is that they will be elected out of office. The whole point in them having to be reelected every 2 years is to keep them highly responsive to their electorate because of the amount of power that they have. You don't give a legislative body the amount of authority that Congress has unless they're immediately responsible and answerable for what they're doing. When the president handles the majority of it, of domestic stuff, in the way that the imperial presidency is developed through executive orders, it removes the danger from them doing anything. So why not do anything? So why do anything? Just kind of sit there and let it happen and complain, and then
that's where we are, sadly.
That's what I'm saying.
This really started real bad. I mean, the War Powers Act, man, that is such a abdication of responsibility for Congress.
Some people argue as far back as FDR with the things that he did. Arthur Schlesinger in his book, The Imperial Presidency, argues FDR, but it didn't really get going until, past Kennedy. The point being, wherever it started, we're in the middle of fucking hell on earth right now in terms of ruling and governance by executive fiat. It's gone mad. The president should have a wide latitude of power for foreign policy, but on domestic policy, no. And in my opinion, it makes it a lot easier to understand why people are asking the president to comment on individual crimes in an individual city. What do you think about this bank robbery or this police shooting of this individual? And it's like, what the fuck are you asking the president for? Like, that's a senseless question. If the person has an opinion, it should seem inappropriate if they offer an opinion.
Well, see, you've mentioned several times Congress has amazing power, and they do. but they still need the president for all of it. There is nothing they can do without his approval. So even with the idea that why not just sit back and let the president do it? It still all comes back to they abdicated responsibility because it also gives them plausible deniability.
Yeah,
if
I see the point you're making now. I wouldn't disagree with that.
Yeah, if they vote on, say, let's say they voted on DACA itself, actually voted and voted it in, and then a president signed it. At that point, they can't go, well, he signed it. Like, yeah, but you voted for it, jackass.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, like, oh, look, I don't necessarily think it's a wrong thing, but we didn't actually do that. It was him. I fucking hate these people. Real quick,
I love the voice you gave it. It was him.
Well, it's our fucking leaders, man. They are sad. Lori Loughlin has been dropped from Fuller House.
Really?
Yeah, she's been fired, y'all. The
Hallmark. Okay, that's what I was just going to ask.
Yeah.
Wait, what's that on? Hulu? Like what?
No, it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. Okay.
I can kind of say if it's Hallmark, yeah.
Well, Hallmark cut ties with her the other day. The Hallmark Channel isn't the only one cutting ties with Lori Loughlin due to her alleged involvement in a college admission scandal. On Thursday, shortly after Hallmark parent company announced that it is no longer working with her, TMZ reported that the actress also has been dropped from Fuller House. Aw.
Do you think they're going to have her OD on opiates?
You know what? I don't know how they're going to write her off. But somebody pointed out to me that there was an episode of either Full House or Fuller House, one of them, where Uncle Jesse was lying on one of the kids' school applications.
Okay.
I'm like, that's awesome.
Wait a minute. John Stamos isn't in that Fuller House, is he? Is he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Your career didn't go where you thought it was going to, huh?
No, it really didn't.
Ooh, okay.
But hey, look, he has had a pretty decent run from Full House and Fuller House, man. He's a well-known celebrity around the world.
Yeah, hey, he's had a better career than most people who want to be actors ever will. So yeah, totally.
Yeah. The Fuller House news came just a few hours after Hallmark Channel severed ties with Loughlin, who stars in drama series When Calls the Heart and makes regular appearances in the network's other programs, including Garage Sale Mysteries and many Christmas movies. Yeah, they're going to have to cut back on their Christmas movies this year because they're not going to be hanging out with her, which is sad because she's a hottie.
Yeah.
Although she is starting to get that eagle face that happens to a lot of old white women.
Eagle?
Yeah, they start to kind of look like eagles. Their eyes kind of sink in, and it. Here, I'll show you the picture.
All right.
I'll show you a picture so you can see what I'm talking about.
Now, is this like older white women or older white women who have not known to go? It's the result of surgery, is what I'm saying.
It may be the result of surgery. It happens a lot in Hollywood. See this? How her, because these lines here are so big, it kind of makes her nose poke way out, and her eyes are kind of getting a little beadier than they should be.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, it's worse on some women. I mean, she still looks okay, but
it's the sign of the lizard people, monkey.
Is that
She's not a lizard person. She works for the Greys. Look at those cheeks.
Works for the Greys.
This is clearly a reptilian plot to get her out of a position of power.
Was she set up? Bitch, set me up.
I think so. This is a frame job.
Bitch set me up. For those of you who haven't watched Marion Barry's arrest video, you gotta go watch it.
Bitch set me up. Look, man, you were banging crack whores in a cheap motel.
And I've never seen police working so hard to help out somebody who didn't want their help. Like they're just Mr. Mayor, please just wait for your lawyer to get here. I'm a bitch, the fucking bitch. Look, sir, you're being recorded. I don't fucking care.
I just love that he got elected after that.
You know,
I'm all for redemption.
Americans love a redemption story, man. They really do.
I'm all for redemption. Let him do what Jerry Springer did, get his own talk show. But he doesn't get to be mayor again. William Savage, thank you so much. I'm 7 sheets to the wind. I'm listening on the morrow. Peace out, Insomniacs. Have a good night, sir. Sleep well. How about that, Polly? How about on the morrow?
Yeah, that's I'm okay with that. It's like when did evening stop being referred to as eventide? That's what I want to know.
That's the kind of question somebody in a smoking jacket asks.
It was about a fortnight ago.
You know what you should do? You should do, Monkey.
What's that?
Is teach Grand Monkey to, instead of saying "look," say "behold."
Behold.
And she says, so she comes and she says, "Behold, Grandpa, behold."
Eve, you made me spit drink out on the floor.
It just made me sad because they were supposed to be up this weekend, but they had to cancel.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So good.
I'm so sad.
I love Behold.
Yes.
You gotta try using Behold.
So for future reference, anybody out there in chat, when you have a baby, don't teach them to say the word "look." Teach them the word "behold." So they'll bring it when they bring you over their toy or whatever. They'll say, "Behold, behold."
Oh my god!
Great.
I've only heard it recently on like the Thor Ragnarok movie when he's like, "Behold my stuff."
My stuff.
Yeah, remember the executioner showing the hot ladies in the Rainbow Bridges room or whatever the entry point. Nobody remembers this. Fuck you guys.
No.
I remember thinking that movie was good. It was totally worth my $15. I'm glad I went to the theater to see it, etc. But I don't remember it that well, and I don't know why. Because I remember liking it
because Ragnarok? It was a throwaway movie. It was just a fun movie. It wasn't.
It was just a way for Hulk and Thor to hook up, so Hulk could come back for the Infinity Wars.
That's basically probably the thing that sticks out to me the most was that. Well, Jeff Goldblum's hilarious in anything he does. That, of course, stood out. And as soon as Mark Ruffalo I tuned the fuck out. I was like, oh, fuck. Can we bring back Hulk? Now I got to look at this fucking guy. And
the only thing I remember from that movie was when the Hulk was jumping out of the ship to go fight the big wolf thing. And he just lands dead because he didn't actually turn. And it made me laugh because I was picturing Ruffalo actually having that happen to him. Speaking of that, Sanders cuts his head on a shower door, receives 7 stitches.
Bernie?
Senator Bernie Sanders cut his head on a glass shower door on Friday morning and received 7 stitches. His campaign announced. Somebody's beating Bernie.
I was really worried for a second because when you said Sanders is like, Colonel Sanders is injured?
Yes, he is.
But no, it's just Bernie. And so I don't really care.
See, now that's the kind of thing that if it wasn't Bernie Sanders, it was I don't know, Donald Trump. It's like, oh well, we should have a medical doctor examine him for mental capacity after a blow to the head. But Bernie Sanders, a fucking octogenarian. No, he's fine. He's a fucking young Superman. That guy. He'll lead us into the bright future of communism.
Did they make him wait for 4 hours in a line just to tell him that they couldn't stitch him up because he's too old and isn't worth the resources anymore?
This doesn't say.
Oh, well, they could have given him the real communist experience.
They could have, yeah.
I was just going to say, tell me you're making a joke about long lines in hospitals where socialism reigns.
Yep.
Wait, Sanders cut his head on the edge of the shower door that needed 7 stitches?
How did he do that?
He might have slipped and kind of like slid along the edge, and the edge might have been like dented, so it's serrated and just ripped him up.
Well, clearly it happened.
Who has a serrated shower door?
Well, if you have it for years and you slam it,
It happened at a public shower because obviously Bernie, being a good communist, doesn't own his own shower.
He was in a bathhouse.
He dropped the soap. I'm sorry, I don't believe that story. There's more to that story, y'all. Yeah. Bernie Sanders is getting his ass kicked.
I tripped and fell into a door.
7 stitches from the no. I don't buy that at all.
Well,
especially considering the bandage is going side to side, not up and down.
We need to see what kind of shower this guy's got because it might be one of those fancy Kohler showers.
Yeah, you might even say it might be a golden shower.
Oh, dear God.
That's a possibility.
That's Donald Trump. We learned that. Drip, drip, drip.
Oh, according to Dirty Sanchez in the chat, AOC gives blows to the head.
No, she just blows heads.
She does. I bet she does. I'm telling you, man. You go DNA sample that bar she worked in. I'm telling her stuff's all over it.
That's hot. I mean, what?
That's how you get the herpaderp, Jack.
Jack, I've seen horses bite down on carrots. You don't want none of that.
You don't want, yeah, no shit.
Well, now I'll let you know.
Oh man, she's getting so much shit for her questioning about the why will the bank take responsibility if that oil line breaks? It's like, no, we don't own it.
That's not how any of this works.
Yeah. Oh, Jeb Bush said somebody should challenge Trump from the Republican Party. I don't think anybody wants to do that, Jeb. They saw what happened to you, sir.
Yeah.
Please clap. That may be the worst thing I've ever seen politically.
Yeah.
This grown ass man up there begging people to clap for him. And they still take him serious enough to. Yeah.
Did he actually beg for them to clap?
Oh yeah.
That is an actual thing that happened. That is not just a joke.
Because I thought you were just being like shitposting and being like, oh yeah, he just wanted attention, so please clap, But he actually said, please clap.
Yes. He was talking to some group and he delivered his line that should have got what he thought a clap. And he goes, please clap. And
that's sad.
That is pretty much what sank his campaign. It wasn't doing well to begin with, but
I want to go find him and give him a hug.
Oh, it's so cringy to watch.
Because I feel bad for him right now. Like, wow.
It is funny as fuck. Does somebody pull up the please clap moment, throw it in the chat there so people can see that. Yeah, it is truly sad. But yeah, for some reason, after that, after how horribly he got beaten down in that, yeah, he thinks somebody else should have a please clap moment. Oh, dear God. So, Captain Marvel. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have to talk about that tonight. How was your show the other night, guys? I'm trying to.
Pretty good. That
was last night, right?
It depends on how you look at it.
Yes.
To normal people, Polly.
For normal people, that was last night. Yes, it was Thursday night. We went live at a little bit after 10 Eastern.
And where can they watch that?
Why, they can find it over at that link right there.
There we go.
Yeah, it was it was a good show. Right in the description line, I said we're going to talk about things other than Captain Marvel, and we're going to talk about the good Captain Marvel, i.e., Shazam, and we did so. It's just there's too much being said about Captain Marvel. I'm frankly burned out on the subject, and not in a good way. I'm just absolutely frustrated. It's a monster financial enterprise for Disney, and we've all made it about politics, and they successfully monetized that fact. I mean, I called the stream Disney's good at monetizing politics. It just whatever.
RJ asked if we can play an ad for the clapper. I can't play videos on my stream, or I would.
So, Polly, what do you think about a gun coming back for Guardians 3?
You know what?
Real quick, let's explain that to the audience, and then we'll ask that question. James Gunn was fired from Guardians of the Galaxy as the director due to old tweets he had made. Was it racist jokes, homophobic jokes? I can't remember.
Pedophilic.
Yeah.
Pedophilic jokes, that's it. But he's recently been rehired by Disney to direct Guardians 3. So, Polly, what do you think about that?
Well, I mean, it truly a new page has been turned. James Gunn gets his job back, and Roseanne got her show back. Oh no, wait, she didn't. Never mind.
Right.
See, I don't know. I'd like to think that it's this is going to be like the first item of like, yeah, okay, like Richard Meyer, Diversity in Comics, said the guy spent a while in the doghouse. He got his job back. Ultimately, he was just telling jokes. You have no evidence the guy did anything wrong. He told some off-color jokes. Move the fuck on. But that's not what's happening for fucking Tucker Carlson. That's not what happened for Roseanne Barr. I wish it was. It's like, ultimately, do you really do anything that bad? I hear you. That's a fair point. Are we going to say that about Tucker? Oh, no, we're not, are we? Fuck you. That's my call on it. I find it frustrating because it's like only certain people are given the pass,
Yeah.
I find it adorable when you use the word frustrating.
It's an unnecessary R. Everyone gets the point without it.
I was just about to ask, did you lose an R?
it often slips away somehow. I don't spend.
Look, I say funky words too. I'm no one to judge.
You a funky monkey.
You know, my sister-in-law though says breakfast instead of breakfast.
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 Apparently, I say all kinds of words wrong. I say catch up instead of ketchup, and I've never really.
I can be either.
Yeah, I always get corrected on it when I say ketchup, and they're like, "It's ketchup," and I'm like, "Oh, right."
It is ketchup.
Just for you, Dax. From now on, I'm saying ketchup.
If you say ketchup, I will start doing terrible things that you won't notice right away. You'll find them later. It's like when a dog pisses in your shoe.
It's frustrating.
Ha.
Are you gonna piss in monkey's shoes?
You won't know till it happens.
Look, I rarely wear them. Knock yourself out.
It's when you just go, okay, yeah, and put ramen in his shoes.
It'll be dry before my foot gets in there.
You know, if you pee on his staircase, he'll find that right away.
You're right. You're right.
With his face.
Reno and Prospero bring up a good point. Whatever happened to catsup?
Catsup.
It's still a thing in certain places.
Still spelled that way on some bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then how do you say it? Gulicato? Is
that?
It's no, that's the person's name. Said it's tomato sauce or red. Oh. Yeah. Farzusmi from Australia, it's always tomato sauce. Like that's what they call ketchup down there, is just tomato sauce. And I'm like, oh, then what do you call like marinara? And they're like, tomato sauce. They're the weirdest people. They've got they call 20 different things chips, whether it's like chips, like potato chips, or it's fries, or it's like they call 100 different things chips. They call 5 different things tomato sauce, and they all seem to know what they're talking about.
Cut them a break, Polly. They're busy fighting off emus and yowies and drop bears and all these.
You need to be a little more empathetic to their plight. Real quick, I want to point out when you said Cato's name, I didn't understand what that was because I've been given permission to just call him Cato because I can't say the first part.
Yeah. I always feel bad when I butcher someone's name, but it's like, I
don't.
Cato. I figured you were Australian because only through far have I ever heard anyone call ketchup tomato sauce. So I figured you were Australian. It's and jelly.
Thing. Hang on. This is from Cato again. Polydub, it's a context thing. Like we can use mate. We can use mate as many things. They don't need as many words as we do. They're not as specific.
Yeah, I got in this conversation when I said, jelly. Now, jelly is jelly here, right? And jam is jam, and we know what the difference is. One has chunks of fruit in it. The other one is just straight jelly. Like as a spread for toast or what have you, right? Mm-hmm. Down there, jelly is Jello, and jam is both. It's the variety with the chunks of fruit and the variety without. And I'm like, how do you know the difference? You just do. They have few words, but they all know what they mean. It's great. It's like they're partially telepathic down there or something.
It's like the people from Marklar. Mm-hmm. Thank you. You understood that. That's a South Park reference, y'all. Speaking of that, tomorrow night on 2 Cents Plus, we'll be giving away South Park Fractured But Whole. So make sure you guys come watch. I have a story. And it makes me happy. Saturday Night Live accused of plagiarizing New York comedy duo sketches.
Does not surprise me.
You're stealing bad sketches. Saturday Night Live aired last October a sketch about a pumpkin patch where the employees, much to the consternation of the proprietor, engaged in sexual intercourse with the product.
Okay.
The pumpkin patch was lewd, funny, and seasonally appropriate, but according to Nick Rugia and Ryan Hoffman, it was something else. Theft.
Dun, dun, dun.
That was my terrible joke.
Rugia and Hoffman are the founders of the sketch troupe Temple Horses. Since their first collaboration in 2011, the two New York comedy scene veterans have filmed more than 60 sketches together. Many of them are available on their YouTube channel, which boasts more than 3,000 subscribers. All right. There's this idea in comedy that two people can have the same idea. And it is true. Sometimes people tell the same jokes. We've seen it happen in our chat. I'm having trouble believing that Comedy Central was sitting around watching a channel with 3,000 subscribers to steal their stuff from. Or maybe they did that because they had so few subscribers.
Well, I mean, it don't necessarily have to be them. They could just be their writers are going on there and saying, hey, let me see if I just type in comedy sketches into YouTube, and they come across this small channel and think, no one's going to believe it.
See, I can believe they would steal that. I really think they're that arrogant and incompetent and not funny.
Could be. In the case of not trying to fuck this pumpkin, which apparently was the name of the Saturday Night Live sketch, or I don't know which way, and the pumpkin patch. Oh, the pumpkin patch was the Saturday Night Live one. Not trying to fuck this pumpkin was the one from Rugia and what's his name. Each opens with a, sorry, let me try that again. Each opens with the protagonist owner of the pumpkin patch doing business. In each, said owner then confronts a group of multiple men and women, accusing them of performing indecent acts with the pumpkin. The behavior is denied, and the owner scolds the accused, pointing out in each case that children are nearby. In each sketch, the offenders are ultimately barred from the pumpkin patch. Okay, I guess I have to watch them together to see if they're that close. And if you guys are inclined to do so, here's the link. I can't do that because I'm streaming right now. Oh, goody. You know what? This is a good time to remind people, Ranting Monkey is brought to you by you. If you enjoy the content here, please hit that like button, hit that share button, tell your friends, your family, that bitch you hate, because everybody should be watching. Also, if you can throw shekels this way, I will happily spend you gold. Also, guys, don't forget to support the people on the panel, Jack and Eve and Dax and Polly. Make sure you show them some love. They're awesome people. Why are you giggling at that?
We're not awesome.
You are awesome. You're great. You're awesome. You're like the people.
We're like awesome, like kind of sort of.
You're like the awesome like people.
Oh, I don't want to be a like person. They suck shields.
NBA fan permanently banned after calling star boy. All right. We'll just leave that one where that is because I think we can all figure out what happened there.
I believe you didn't pronounce that properly. It was boy.
You're probably right. Oh my God.
See, if someone's going to be racist, why settle for boy? Like, seriously, go full Monty and use the N-word.
Well, because then you can claim that you weren't actually being racist.
Well, you could at least like use one of the lesser known racial terms, you know. There's lots of them.
There's times where people do call each other boy. If you're fighting with somebody and you go, "Shut up, little boy," it has different connotations whether you're talking to a white person or a black person, or as Jack pointed out, the accent you use.
Yeah, you got.
So, I mean,
spin the inflection a little, you know.
Right. So, I mean, there are times that it's not a racial slur, but come on. You know what you did. You know what you did. What time we got? How long have we been going? What time did we start tonight?
Let's see.
Like 15 after.
Was it just, okay.
About an hour and a half.
We got about half an hour to go. We should probably hit up the hashtag.
Probably.
Max, what's our hashtag?
Well, that would be at MIT AM.
I've been enjoying the hashtag lately because Jordan has been putting half-naked women in it. Got to scroll down quite a way. Wow, we got a lot of articles since yesterday. Wow.
You know, Jordan may have inadvertently made a bunch of men out of those One Direction fans.
Might have. Did you see this one? Look at that.
Who is that? I saw that last night.
I don't know.
Oh, hi.
Does she need a name?
It's
Jordan.
Nice.
Jordan tweeted that out at you?
Yes, because Jordan is a good man. Jordan is a good friend of the show.
Jordan, who is that? I need a name.
Why? She can be whoever you want her to be.
So we can buy more pictures.
This comes to us from Massive Dynamics. A little more politics for us, guys. Beto O'Rourke apologized for a joke about his wife and teen writings. Democrat presidential contender is forced onto the defensive as he kicks off his campaign in Iowa. Dun, dun, dun. Democratic presidential candidate. Oh, sorry, it says contender. I'm sorry.
Functional says that's Michelle Lewin. I'd be surprised if that's Michelle Lewin. She's gotten soft because Michelle Lewin's a fucking hard body woman, man.
Is Jordan here? Jordan is probably sleeping or working. But Jordan's good people. Look, like I said, her name can be whatever you want.
Fair enough.
Look, women don't need names.
What?
They don't need names. They are objects for our desire. I don't name my toaster. It just does things for me.
How are you supposed to pitch woo without a name?
Just be like, you. Come here.
You.
Come here.
Dude, Polly, let me tell you a little lesson here. Names cost extra.
That's right. Names just cause problems is what they do.
Yeah. Okay, I need to mute again.
Yeah, you pay extra for names and smiles and kissing. It's not worth the extra $50.
That's right. You don't. Yeah.
What you're describing is the girlfriend experience, and it says a lot about your dating life, Jack. My God.
I'm just See, I'm with Jack on this. The less you know about her, the better off you are.
You've been married your whole adult life. What are you talking?
You just have to remember birthdays and anniversaries.
I am trying to do my part to erase the terrorism I've caused in the past by helping men understand that if you treat women like objects, your life will be better.
And this is going to erase some wrongdoing on your part?
Shh, just let it happen.
And remember to segregate your women when you go to church.
When you go to church.
You don't want your side chick seeing you with your everyday woman, is that it?
Yeah, obviously.
Right.
Why are you giving them names? Side chick. You don't call her.
Those are labels.
Okay, I can deal with labels.
Yeah.
Just put them in a blue shirt and like, Blue, come here. Presidential contender Beto O'Rourke has acknowledged making mistakes as a teen and as a candidate as he responded to criticism of his campaign rhetoric towards his wife, as well as writings he produced online when he was young. You guys are going to make me defend this shitbag, aren't you?
Jesus. What were the writings when he was with his punk band? Tell me you've seen those video clips of Beto's punk band.
Oh, God. I have.
It's a beta punk band.
Yeah.
Did you see the one when they're all in the white suits with the chicken heads?
Yes.
I love it. He's the one who released them, those video clips. Like, it's not like somebody unearthed them or something. So it makes it all the better to laugh at them, because it's like, dude, you thought this was a good thing to show people?
Well, he's not that smart.
Yeah, well, but he did marry the daughter of a multi-billionaire. So him.
Well, he also had he comes from some money too. So.
Oh yes, yeah. It's not like he's a pauper who married a princess, to be certain.
No, it's some rich people doing rich things. No, when I say stupid, I'm talking about things like during the Senate election, saying, I would never run in 2020. Instead of, the more political answer, leaving the door. Well, we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? But no, he was very emphatic. He was not going to run in 2020, and that's just going to keep biting him in the ass. During a taping of the Political Party Live podcast in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, he addressed criticism of his campaign trail joke that his wife, Amy, has raised their 3 kids, sometimes with my help. O'Rourke made what's wrong with that joke?
That he was never really involved, sometimes with my help. Shouldn't it have been?
Well, it's true. Anyway, O'Rourke made the comment at multiple campaign stops during the first swing through Iowa, eliciting laughs each time. But he also drew criticism as being insensitive to the challenges faced by single parents raising children. Are you fucking kidding me? That's the problem with that joke? It's being insensitive to single parents?
Everything is insensitive to somebody.
What the fuck? Am I wrong in thinking that's a little oversensitive?
Just a bit.
Oh my God. O'Rourke said the criticism of his ham-handed attempt to highlight his wife's work in their marriage was right on. Oh, you fucking pussy. You fucking beta bitch. Not only will I not say that again, but I will be much more thoughtful in the ways that I talk about my marriage, he said. You weren't insulting anybody. You pussy. You absolute pussy. O'Rourke, 46, also said he was mortified when he reread the violent fiction he wrote as a teen, which received fresh attention on Friday after a report outlined his involvement in a hacker group as a teen. O'Rourke wrote a handful of posts on the group's message board under the name Psychedelic Warlord, including a fictional piece he penned when he was 15 about children getting run over by a car. I was mortified to read it now, incredibly embarrassed, but I have to take ownership of my words. Whatever my intention was as a teenager doesn't matter. I have to look long and hard at my actions, at the language I have used, and I have to constantly try to do better. You were 15. It was 30 years ago. And it was fiction.
And I'll be honest, this is why Trump won. I'm just straight up, because he didn't put up with that bullshit. They came at him with all kinds of accusations and stuff, and he just said, so what? Nobody believes you. And he went on about his business. And that is why Trump won, because everybody looked at him and said, I want that motherfucker in office.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't give a shit about all this bullshit. They coming up with something from 15. Who wasn't a fucking edgy teenager at 15? What the fuck?
I'm still an edgy teenager.
This isn't like he was trolling people online or something. He was writing it was fucking fiction.
Yeah. This is what I was referring to earlier when I said that, I wish that James Gunn getting his job back was the beginning of the end of this. Let's crawl and comb through everything that everybody has ever said or done and try and lynch them with it, figuratively lynch them with it now. Like, because it's just an aspect of outrage culture as far as I see it. A bunch of keyboard warriors that can't do anything but autistically pile through thousands of documents to try and find one thing to ruin. Yeah, fuck off. Go be a fucking journalist or something, like a real one that actually does something outside of your fucking keyboard. Fuck. Frustrated.
All right, I'm tweeting at Beto O'Rourke real quick.
All right.
Yeah, tweet at Beta Bitch and see how you. What do you think?
Have you, Monkey? You watch Ben Shapiro at all?
A specific thing or like ever?
You should at least tune into anything that's got Beto, especially since when the last one from 2 days ago, whatever it was, where Beto declared. Oh man, just to hear Shapiro do his impression of Beto, it's fucking priceless. I'm Beto. I rode around the country in a punk band. Oh, I love this shit. And the bong, dude. Like he just goes on and on with it as like this spacey guy who's turned into a 45, 50-year-old man who's still, I love getting on my skateboard and popping wheelies and ollies.
That's kind of how Beta does it.
He does. And this is why I hate my generation, which he's part of. You're such a bitch, man. God, I hate people. I bet he was one of those fuckers who stopped bathing when it became popular after Nirvana.
Yeah, he looks like he was probably one of those greasy edgelords.
Is it ban-worthy to call a presidential candidate a puss?
Ban-worthy.
We'll find out.
It couldn't possibly be, considering the things that Trump has called every minute of the day.
Well, actually, as a public figure who's thrown his hat into the ring like that, I don't think he can, he can't even block me.
He could, but then you could sue him.
Then you could sue,
he blocked me because I'm a lesbian.
Yeah, well, look at the journalist who got blocked by Trump and then won a suit against him because it was it was impacting her one, freedom of the press, two, freedom of speech. Oh, fuck off. The fact that that argument was even successful, that's a sad commentary.
It is, but you know what? I'm really hoping to challenge that. I really want to. I really, really do.
Challenge.
I think that not only I want somebody lower than Trump to block me. And then I want you or Twitter to ban me for that same tweet, so that I can sue Twitter for infringing on my free speech rights. Because if there's an open forum, and therefore whatever you say to the president means he cannot block you because that is infringing your free speech rights, that means Twitter can't do anything to keep me from saying things to the president.
Yeah, but you're not a journalist, and that was the crux of her argument.
No. That might have been the crux of her argument, but that is not what the decision said.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, the decision was all about this is a public forum, and therefore, because it wasn't just her, there were several people who jumped in on that lawsuit, including Eugene Goo.
Oh, right. Goo. Yeah, Dr. Goo.
Dr. Goo.
The man who successfully sued Trump.
Yep.
As he proudly states in his biography. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh boy.
I wonder if it's because you were trolling the president every single fucking day and he was just like fucking sick of you.
You know, somebody should have just told the president about the mute button.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Have that guy disappear into the fucking obscurity in which he belongs.
Yeah, because if they're going to make that argument about free speech, okay, then that's blocking you from being able to see what the president said so that you can't respond to it. If you're muted, you can respond all day long. He just doesn't have to see it. So
good point.
Yeah. Thank you, Massive Dynamic, for this one. It is Australian cancels Milo Yiannopoulos' visa after Christchurch comments. Milo, what'd you say this time? The Australian government has canceled the visa of far-right commentator Milo Yiannopoulos just a week after it was personally approved by the immigration minister. Immigration Minister David Coleman said on Saturday that the comments made by Yiannopoulos in the wake of the Christchurch massacre were, quote, appalling and fomented hatred and division, and he would not be allowed in the country. Comes a week after Coleman approved Yiannopoulos. Blah, you told us that. Coleman said the attack on Christchurch was an act of pure evil. It was. Carried out on Muslims peacefully practicing their religion. Again, absolutely right. Australia stands with New Zealand and the Muslim communities the world over in condemnation of this inhuman act. Sure. What did Milo say? Where's that part? That's the part I want to see. I don't care about the rest of this. And that's, there's a whole bunch of people talking about what Milo said, but not actually telling us what he said.
Well, they can't repeat it or they're just as bad as him.
Yeah. Do you remember when reporting was actually reporting?
No. It's been that long. I really don't. Sorry.
Yeah. Let's see. News from Milo. Yeah, we see that one. Oh, this is like rather new. That's like breaking news, y'all. Yeah, that wow, yeah, that story's only like an hour and a half old. I'm trying to find what he actually said, but it's hard because of all the censorship over people saying things that might hurt other people's feelings.
My fafies.
Attacks like this happen because the establishment panders to and mollycoddles extreme leftism and barbaric alien religious cultures, not when someone dares to point it out. Probably not the right time, Milo. Too soon. Not that I agree that you should ban somebody from a whole fucking country, but yeah, I come on, Milo. You had to know that was going to happen. Australian man blocks bow and arrow attack with his phone.
It can happen.
An Australian man was able to shield himself with his phone after he came under attack from a bow and arrow wielding man. Police said Wednesday. The 43-year-old from Nimbin, I think is how you say that. I'm not Australian, so if I'm saying that wrong, live with it. Where was that? Nimbin. was getting out of his car Wednesday when a man he knew was standing outside his residence holding a bow and arrow. The man picked up his phone to take a picture of the scene when the armed man was ready to fire. Police say the suspect fired. Okay, I don't believe that at all. Don't believe that at all. You and your friend were doing something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What else do we have? Let's get like one more in here. Let's get one from our dear friend Jack the motherfucking Cochran.
Yay, I like that guy.
No, I don't know. I've heard some bad things.
Oh God. Drunken UP man shoots at snowbank. For those who don't know UP, that's the Upper Peninsula here in Michigan.
I thought you'd get a kick out of that one.
Which is actually part of Wisconsin, and we all fucking know it.
What?
Look, Wisconsin didn't have to build a bridge to the UP. It's actually attached to you guys. I don't know how we got stuck with it.
Because you deserve more shit?
It's technically, it's Canada. We all know that.
Canadian.
We might all be sick of winter, but probably not the best idea to pull out a gun and start shooting at the snow. MLive reports that a 37-year-old Hancock man is possibly facing charges after allegedly firing a gun into a snowbank. Why was he so mad at the snowbank? His car got stuck in it. Wait a minute. Your car got stuck in a snowbank, and your reaction was to pull out a gun and shoot the snowbank.
It's not going to learn its lesson without some assistance, Monkey.
Gotta take a hard stand against snow.
Yeah.
Around midnight Tuesday, police were called to Ingot Street in Houghton County on reports of gunshots. When they arrived, they found a man outside his car with shell casings on the ground. After search, police found a Glock 9mm pistol. The police determined the man was intoxicated and took him to county jail. Well, that makes a little more sense. An intoxicated man shooting at the snow because it swallowed his car.
Well, to be fair, it's not entirely his fault. I mean, obviously the snowbank had a lot of hit points, and it wasn't going to release his car until he did more damage to it.
Oh, okay. We will do one more. This one comes from Colleen Bernier. It's been a while since she sent us a story on this. I am on MIT. Yeah, just making sure I'm on the right. This is from the Pensacola News Journal. So we got ourselves a Florida man. God damn it. Hang on 1 second. There's a fucking survey I have to take to be able to read this. Apparently I've read too many from Pensacola man. There we go. Let's see. A Milton man was arrested Tuesday morning for allegedly hitting his pregnant girlfriend in the face with a bag of tortilla chips after the woman told him that her unborn baby may not be his.
I'd have done a lot more than hit a bitch in the face with some tortilla chips, I tell you what.
I feel like you give him a pass for this one.
You're just going to break all the chips in the bag. That's just poor planning.
Messed up. What a waste.
Rusty Beatty, 30, is also accused of pushing and punching his girlfriend's daughter. Okay, now that you can throw him in jail for.
Yeah.
According to his arrest report from the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office. Just before 2 a.m. Tuesday, deputies responded to a disturbance at the residence. I don't care where it's at. The woman told deputies that Beatty hit her in the face with a bag of tortilla chips 3 times, then pushed the woman's daughter against the wall and punched her daughter in the face. Jesus fuck. When questioned by deputies, Beatty said he was attacked by everyone in the house and was hit in the face with a box fan. These people are not well adjusted.
No.
What?
Deputies say, yeah. Deputies say they did notice a couple of scratches on Beatty's face, but nothing that would indicate he was beaten with a box fan. The woman, who was 4 months pregnant, told deputies that she, her daughter, and Beatty lived together in the same home. A records check revealed Beatty was on probation for possession of a controlled substance, according to his arrest report. You went to jail for a long time. Don't hit kids, man. Look,
Well,
I'm with him. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, he was always told never to hit a woman. It didn't say anything about girls.
That's true. That's true. Look, I'm not for violence, but if my woman told me that the baby she was carrying might not be mine, I can't say I wouldn't hit her in the face with tortilla chips.
I'd break something for sure.
definitely break something. Not on her, guys. Not on her. But I mean, I might throw a burrito at her. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think I'd throw a bag of chips at her and then beat the shit out of her daughter. That seems
That's where it gets a little too much. That's why you're going to jail, and I hope you enjoy it there. You piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't that have been the headline? He's going to jail for beating a kid.
It's more clickbaity if they say the bag of chips thing.
He hit her with a bag of chips and then hit the child with his fist. Yeah. He's obviously a
piece of shit.
Yeah, that's the perfect word for it. He's a piece of shit. And with that, guys, we're gonna wrap up newsy stuff tonight.
So I watched both clips of these videos here. They're similar, but they're not close enough to be. Like in one, the other people skit, they're talking hypothetically what they would do to said pumpkin if they were going to fuck it, and they get like everybody in the pumpkin patch to join in, and the owner is just horrified and kicks them all out afterwards. In the SNL skit, it's 3 employees that he's confronting about actually having had sex with pumpkins that are on his property, and he's going like, I don't see how you guys explaining this, how it happened, is making it any better. Gotcha. You're all fired. Get the fuck out.
Okay. Yeah. See, like I said, sometimes, I mean, you can have similar ideas and it not be necessarily stolen. This isn't like when Amy Schumer literally told Patrice O'Neal's jokes. Mm-hmm. And she just went, no, we just think alike. Like, bitch, you use the same timing. Man, anyhow. Yeah, with that, guys, I think we're going to wrap up for this evening. And I would like to thank the audience for joining us, for hanging out, for donating. I can't tell you how humbled I am that you guys care enough to support the channel that way. As I've said many times, you complete me.
God damn it.
Jack, anything you'd like to shill tonight?
I'll be on Polly's channel on Wednesday.
Fair enough. Eve, anything you'd like to share?
Yes, you can find me over on youtube.com/chaoseve, which I'll put in the chat here, as well as on the Minions of the Zoo channel. I'm also putting that link in there, where I sometimes host and more often guest on other people's nights. So,
alrighty, and Dax.
If we're doing Borderlands, I will be doing Borderlands with these guys tonight, but it might be a little late because I get off at 10 my time.
Gotcha. And Polly, anything you'd like to show this evening?
Yes. There is the link to my channel where Jack Inquisitor and I do Comic Book Curation Live, a weekly video podcast, we're deciding to call it, where we talk about everything comic book related and superheroes and all sorts of fun stuff like that. It's a good time. Come by for the bants, stay for the comedy.
And tonight is Saturday. Is that right? Is this Saturday? Yeah. Tonight's Saturday. We will be on my channel, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, for Lords of the Night. Then we'll be over on 2 Cents Plus for a little more Borderlands. Come by where you can possibly win a chance. You can have a chance to win a copy of South Park Fractured But Whole, the gold edition, I believe is what we're giving away. And with that, guys, I would like to thank Polly, Dax, Eve, and Jack. Thank you guys for joining me. Guys, thanks for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time.
Let us.
Have a good night, everyone.